Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and I'm in West Bromwich, and today I thought I'd take you along Dartmouth Street in West Brom. It's the scene at the moment of a bit of controversy because they plan to build a big mosque down the street, and well, let's go and have a look down Dartmouth Street and see what the drama is all about. Our journey begins here on the corner of the High Street in West Bromwich and Dartmouth Street. There's a few places named after Dartmouth, as West Bromwich was effectively purchased by the Earls of Dartmouth in the early 1700s, and Dartmouth Street is named after the Dartmouths. Just here on the corner is a pub called the Strollers. Now it used to be the New Hop Pole, and it was opened in 1858. And it was closed in 2011 to become the Strollers, but since it's closed down as the Strollers, it's been, I think it's been a cafe, a shop of some sort, and now it's Birmingham offices, it says on the window. There was a murder here as well, just here by the traffic lights, but it was a while back now. You can see how long it is. It's quite a big place actually. I think there's flats up there, and there's a couple of places here, but they look shuttered. They are shuttered. I'm not sure if they're trading, but there was a mobile phone shop and a hairstylist there. But yeah, the reason we're coming down Dartmouth Street today is because there's recently been plans put on hold with regarding the construction of a new mosque along here in Dartmouth Street. Dartmouth Street's already got two mosques, I believe. One is related to the Pakistani Muslim community, and the other one is the Bangladeshi Muslim community. And they don't share a mosque because the imams have a few different religious opinions. So that's why we kind of have two mosques in a very short space in between. I'm just looking over here because this used to be the West Bromwich Building Society headquarters. Fabulous building when it was constructed, but it's now left to fall into a state of disrepair now. I'm not sure because there's been some building work on it of late. I think they're turning it into a flats, but that's what they tend to do with a lot of these buildings now. But the Building Society of West Bromwich has now moved over by the expressway. There's a big car park here on the left. I'm not sure what that was there before. But on the site of the Building Society headquarters, there used to be a Baptist church here on the corner, and the Sunday school entrance was just up that passageway there. Okay, so yeah, so plan to put on hold mainly because lack of parking apparently. The parking issue is the main concern for the council, although the current setup with the Bangladeshi mosque is stated that there's, I don't know, about 400 worshippers do attend, and the parking, people have parked all around here, so why, if they build a new one, should it be a problem now? But the council have deemed it that they should have provided more parking spaces, because the current plans only allow, I believe, up to 16 parking spaces. Now if you've got 400 and another four, if you've got over 400 people attending this new mosque, especially on Friday prayers, then there could be all kinds of issues with regards to parking. Now, as Dartmouth Street goes, it was always terraced housing. There's Edward Street just over there. It was always terraced housing all along both sides of this street. And you can see at the moment there are still lots of terrace properties here. Here on my, just by the side of me here on my right, and if you go over there, look, you can see plenty of terrace properties still in existence from the turn of the 20th century on both sides of the road. You can see at the moment that there's a lot of parking along the side of the road. This is the Pakistani mosque. I'm not sure what that building originally was, with the white faded paintwork under the archway there. I used to think it was a pub of some sort, but I don't think it was. But just up the side here is a mosque. You can see the mosque with its minaret. Now this new mosque that the Bangladeshi community proposed to build doesn't have a minaret. I think they wanted a minaret back in 2011 when original plans were submitted, but I think that was turned down because it was too tall. So they have a dome, I think, in this new plan. I don't think it's a particularly large dome. Yeah, we're on the corner of Duke Street, and here, just on the corner here, was a pub, and it was known as the Hop and Barley Corn. It was built in 1861 and it closed down in 2004. It was also one of these home brew pubs where, you know, they wasn't supplied by any particular brewery. They used to brew the beer on the premises and sell it to the patrons. But it's a particularly large site where it used to be, and this is the planned site of the new mosque. And you can see as we go along Duke Street how long and how big this particular piece of land is. It's surprising really how far it stretches along Duke Street. Also, you can see here in Duke Street we've got double yellows, which means that there is no parking at any time. And also along this street now you can see there's houses on both sides, and there's already parked cars, mainly residents. There's Creed Way to my right. That's all double yellows up there, and so there's no extra real capacity for parking along this road. So there's the first issue of this side of the proposed building. Just not enough parking down this side, and if you've only got 16 parking spots in the plan, then you can see it can pose a problem for worshippers coming. And Friday seems to be the busiest days. There's a corner shop there there ahead on Grange Road, and that's got one of these ghost signs saying Twining's Tea. I wonder if I go in there and ask for Twining's Tea if they've got any. This is the other road that's contentious because Brook Street is at the moment used for worshippers who attend this particular building, which is the Bangladeshi mosque. It's called the Jamil Masjid. And this particular building on the corner of Brook Street used to be the Loving Lamb, which opened in 1868 and it closed in 1986. And it was also one of these home brewed pubs. And what's significant and interesting about this building is these beveled edges they've got on here when it was designed. And you can see just here this cream frontage there on the corner, how it comes down straight and bevels inwards. Yeah, not seen that before. But anyway, if we go down Brook Street, this is the area at the moment where worshippers tend to park, and this is the problem. Few people are concerned about the parking for the new one, although there's quite a few attend this mosque. But the problem with residents anger down this street is they're parking in front of driveways, parking on pavements. And as you can see, it's a double yellow. It is restricted parking all along this side. So you can't park on this side even though it's been said by residents along this street that they actually park on this pavement. And the traffic wardens apparently have been down here quite a few times this year, but we can't get any information as to how many parking tickets they actually issued. Did they ever issue any? Residents have complained that cars have blocked gateways and parked on pavements along here, and pedestrians have got very limited access to get past. So you can see all down here would be a problem for parking as well. So these are the concerns, I believe, that the council have got with the current plans. Apparently 38 people have signed a petition, mainly along this street, about the parking issues. And also there's been 8 objections lodged with the council. I'm just wondering, would the council take on board any of the concerns that residents do have about new builds in their area? Because councils do appear to have a poor track record in listening to the concerns of residents. But anyway, as you can see, this pub here, the Loving Lamb, was quite a big pub as well. Look, you can see in those days when they built them, they didn't make them. They made them quite big buildings. I think we got about, what, is it 4 mosques that we got in West Bromwich? Yeah, the biggest one, I believe, is in Moore Street. In Moore Street, they take all Islamic denominations in Moore Street. I think they also have a school there. They took over an old Methodist church in 2001. There's also a Islamic school in Lodge Road. It used to be the old West Bromwich Grammar School. We're here on the corner of Railway Street now, and as you can see, Railway Street has got quite a bit of restricted parking as well, all down this side, because the roads like Railway Street, Duke Street, Brook Street are all quite narrow, so it's not really possible to be allowed parking on both sides. As I said, residents are already complaining about the issues with the current setup, so I dare say they're going to build a new mosque. They want those issues sorted. We're looking down Richard Street now, and Richard Street has mainly got a lot of, there's a fair bit of parking along Richard Street, but a lot of the cars you see here are people who are using the metro. Interestingly, this particular area up to Richard Street is called Lambert's End. Not sure where Lambert's End got its name from, but just down Richard Street, and if I just have a quick look down Richard Street, and to the right you'd be in Guns Village. Here is probably a residential house now, but this used to be an MOT, car repair centre, and this one also looking in a bit of state of disrepair. I'm not sure how long that's been empty. And just here we've got the West Bromwich Seventh-day Adventist Church. I've got to say that the Seventh-day Adventist Church is not a very particularly attractive building. It's got a flat roof frontage, and you've got that sloping light blue topped building at the rear, and it looks a bit like a ski slope at the back, and you've got those horrible cream coloured sunshades on the front. It's not a very nice building at all. Now we've come to a part now where all along over here on the right would have been all terrace properties, and here on the left, but from Richard Street onwards here in Lambert's End we've now got all modernity along both sides. We've got all these new flats here to my right, and also over there on the left looks like a very, I thought for once when I come past here these were all offices over there. There's quite a few of them, and But I noticed it's called Goldfield Court, and it's actually retirement apartments. And they've got their own car park over there, and a permanent ambulance on standby. Now here, this is Sam Lambert Street. Oh, just here on the corner is these block of flats here. This an interesting name called Mother Teresa House. Not sure why it was called that. Baker Street down there, and here on the corner of Lambert Street, we've got the Vine. Yeah, the Vine is a pub that I believe it's still trading, which is probably one of only only one of a couple around these parts. I think the railway in Harwood Street is still trading. But the Vine dates from 1871. It's an M&B pub. And again, when this was first built in 1871, it was a home brew originally. Building next to it, you can see all this brick frontage here. You can see a window and a door used to be there, but now there's no access to that particular part of the Vine. If it was open, I'd pop in and show you inside, but we're a little early. Over there is one of these Indian bar grills, and it's called the Soho Tavern. Yeah, just on the corner here would have been a pub called the Peacock, which opened in 1864, but it closed way back in 1938. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll come to the end of Dartmouth Street now, and I'll just show you, just up here to the left where there's the Oak Lane bus garage. Okay, there's a bit of Oak Lane here for you. Ahead of me is Wood Lane, and just on the corner here, this building that's all on its own. It's now what you call a convenience store. It used to be called the Cross Keys. A very popular pub apparently was the Cross Keys. It opened in 1855. It closed in 2006, and then maybe not long after, I think it became a Ladbrokes betting shop. But Ladbrokes lasted there for a fair few years, maybe 10 years perhaps. But now Ladbrokes moved out, and in comes a shop called UPN Local. Okay, so that's Wood Lane down there. And down there, if you carried on, there'd be an old pub on the left. That's all gone now. Used to be the Oliver Cromwell, and a bit further on there'd be the Bush. And here's Gads Lane down here. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of our little walk along Dartmouth Street. Really, it was just about showing you the issues raised by the residents regarding parking for this new, quite large mosque to be built here in Dartmouth Street. I'm not sure when the current plans are going to be resolved, but I suppose we watch this space. Anyway, if you did like the video, hit the like button, and also hit subscribe, and also hit the notification bell for future videos, and I'll see you on the next one.